Hey, good Thursday morning to you. It is Thursday. Hope your day is off to a great start. It's just before 7:30 a.m. Bottom line, it's going to be hot and humid this afternoon. Looking at some shower and thunderstorm chances for your Friday night to kick off your weekend. So I think that's the bottom line, but not before we get through the heat and humidity of today. I'm looking at about 97, 98 for your feels like temperatures. Once again, this will be your Thursday afternoon today. East Central Kansas, West Central Missouri, going to be anywhere from 94 to 98 today. So just be prepared for that. We need to talk about severe weather outlooks once again. Still not too surprising for this time of year. Here is today's severe weather outlook, giving that 2 out of 5 in the yellow marginal out here in Kansas. This is going to be actually starting off this afternoon. I'll show you in just a few minutes here. Looking for things to generally fade out here around Salina, Wichita, etc. Possibly not showing up anything in east central Kansas, but possibly some wind gusts and some isolated showers later this afternoon and this evening. So today's severe threat largely staying out there. As we shift over into Friday, though, this is what I'm going to spend the most time on this morning. Help us understand what's going on here. That 2 out of 5 risk area picking up just south of Harrisonville, going up through Kansas City and points to the north. And this is going to take effect actually tomorrow evening. There's a couple of dynamics that go on that I want to show you. First of all, we'll pull up the surface chart and take a look. We have a couple opportunities for forcing. To start things off, we have a big cap over the area, and we're going to develop a stronger cap that's going to prevent the stuff that's coming across Kansas from making it into our area. I think today, the same kind of thing tomorrow, but that cap is going to eventually break down with one of two things. We have a warm front Friday evening that you can see draped across the area right there, but look what happens as we go into Friday night. We have another forcer. There's a cold front that presses in from the northwest, and I think that's the one that will probably break down the cap and bring us our next chance for severe weather. So let me go ahead and show you how I think all this pans out with this morning's data. This is about 7 p.m. tonight. Let's keep an eye on western Kansas out there. Watch this roll through. I'm up to about 11. Now I'm up to about midnight. You can see how things fade out. So if I go backwards and forwards on that, you can see that, yeah, around here, Salina, Wichita, maybe as far over as Manhattan, maybe a few showers reaching over towards Topeka. I think this is all that we get out of that. Not even really sure anything makes it into Kansas City until here about 8 a.m., 9 a.m., on Friday morning. This is so if I work toward Friday afternoon, you can just see I do think we have a few scattered showers popping up all throughout the region, this now being around 1 o'clock all throughout your Friday afternoon. Nothing much to speak of, but it's going to lay down a boundary for what sparks later. So I want to get up here to about 7 p.m. on Friday night. This is what I see descending in from the north-northwest is a cluster, possibly a linear structure of thunderstorms that are going to sag across Kansas City first, headed off to the southeast. And the time frame I'm looking at here is this is about the 9 p.m. picture. And then as we go towards about 10, 11, you guys can see these will eventually break apart, but not before we do see some strong thunderstorms. The risk here, I do think we will see some warnings with these, will be for strong damaging wind gusts, possibly some hail, but these storms would have to be a little bit more discreet than what is showing up on data this morning for us to get into the large hail. So we're probably talking about smaller hail. So again, this is your Friday night. I'm up to about midnight now that I do see these storms, and they will still be robust as they sag south across east central Kansas and west central Missouri to kick off your weekend. Looking Saturday and beyond, after that threat really, which just endures Friday night, I see a continually unsettled weather pattern. The bulk of that really stays off to the north of us here. If I look at the mid-level winds, there's westerly flow belted across the upper Midwest there. But I do see, moving Saturday into early next week, I do see enough disturbances that I think for the immediate term, the midterm anyway, we are going to see some 40 and 50% rain chances popping up through the next several days. If not the next week, we'll have to see how much of this sags to the south, how much of it really picks up our area. But again, I don't think 40 and 50% chances for precipitation are going to be too far out of the question. So just out of curiosity, Just to be total forecast for you this morning, I went ahead and sped up using all of those chances and all of those disturbances that I see. What might we get for rainfall over the next week? So this is a WPC rainfall prediction going all the way till this exact time next week, Thursday morning. So we could be up to 3.39 inches out in central Kansas, east central Kansas. Working our way over here, looks like we may receive a little bit less going towards state line, 2.74, and around Pleasanton, 2.22. Looks like Nevada popping up on my map. So we could pick up a couple inches of rainfall, if not 3, in some spots over the next week with those chances. We'll get a lot more specific about that going forward. Look how all over the place these temperatures are, though, right? I mean, that just speaks to the unsettled weather pattern that I was just saying. Enough disturbances are just going to jack the temperatures all over the place. So we're finishing up with this 90-degree stuff, not before we do it again tomorrow at 93. Figured I'd use Harrisonville numbers this morning. Good morning to you folks up there. But that Friday night with that cold front that I think is going to bring us severe thunderstorms, it is an effective cold front as well. So 86 for a high on Saturday. Same thing on Sunday. Pop back up Monday and Tuesday into the 90s before another relatively steep series of cold fronts, looks like to me, pops through midweek. So pick a number that you like. You'll probably be able to find it within the next 10 days or so. Obviously, I will be keeping an eye on the thunderstorm chances tomorrow night. Be safe another couple days of this 90-degree stuff. Take care. Talk to you later.